Hi, Eugene Silberstein here, and it's time for another valuable teaching tip. I like to call this one, read and grade everything. Students, for the most part, work hard to complete assignments on time and with a reasonable degree of pride and an overall sense of accomplishment. What the student is expecting in return from you is your honest feedback as the expert, as well as a grade by which the student will judge their performance on the assignment. Well, although it might not seem important to you, especially since you, as the instructor, are juggling many balls at once, but the students expect, rightly so, that a relatively rapid turnaround on their submissions. Returning projects to students quickly also helps the learning process. By getting feedback early, while the fire of the project is still smoldering in their brains, your students are able to utilize your constructive criticism effectively. Notice that I said constructive criticism. One of the main functions of a teacher is to help build our students up, not knock them down. I personally have experienced on many occasions professors who never, and I mean never, returned a single project to their students. On some occasions, I was the student and can vividly remember what I thought of those instructors. They might have been very knowledgeable, but the impression was that they simply didn't care about the students. Now, this could be very far from the truth, but as they say, perception is reality. If you give your students reason to think you don't care, that is very likely going to become their reality. Only you know how busy you really are and how much time you can effectively devote to grading papers and projects. So, in order to help maintain your present level of sanity, it's a good idea to only assign projects that you can reasonably expect to return to the students within 1 week at the latest. I personally always strive to return work within 2 class meetings, but depending on the complexity of the work, that's not always possible. In any event, I always keep my students in the loop. I always let them know when they can expect that their work will be returned. I tell my students something along the lines of, I know that you're eager to get your grades back on those projects, but I know that you put a great deal of effort into them, and I want to make certain that I review and grade them as completely and accurately as possible to give you the best possible feedback. What a rock star you became. And when you grade your papers, be sure to carefully read everything your student has written. And this is true especially in technical work, because your students in the future may refer back to what they submitted for procedural or technical guidelines. If there are errors that you did not catch, a student may do something potentially dangerous. My theory has always been, if your students take time to write it, the teacher has to take the time to read it. Be on the lookout for some of my other teaching tip videos. Bye for now.